What's up, guys? So this video is just gonna be how it would feel to have the Turbo SL power on a full size. So stick around if you want to watch that. I'm also gonna be breaking down the video into sections. So if you want to skip, just skip right below. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how, I got this idea, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too, with full-size Levos that are thinking about moving down to a lighter version of the Levo SL. Basically, I bought a Levo SL, but I'm still waiting for it to be built and, waiting for it to be done, and I want to pick it up soon. But I was feeling like, maybe it's not enough power. So I basically took the total engine power and put, from 90 Newton meters, and I calculated how much percent I would need to get to 35. And then I tuned the motor that way through Mission Control app, and I took a little ride with it. So I'm going to basically show results of that ride and compare it with the same loop on a full size, full power ride that I did. So it's two different ones. One is tuned to the SL power, the other one is tuned to regular Levo fat bike power. So I'm just going to show calculations. Most of the calculations I'm sure I did right. The other one where I'm trying to basically show if the 35 Newton meters is the same as a 50-pound bike rather than a 39 or 38-pound bike. So I'm kind of trying to differentiate that. It ended up being about 24%, which equates to 8.75 Newton meters. And I'm going to show that in the calculations later. So I'm just going to kind of give a few impressions and then give you the results, so that you just basically have a better idea of what you want. So here we have basically what we were trying to do is 90 Newton meters turned into 35 Newton meters. So we multiply the 90 Newton meters by 39%, which is 0.39, and we get 35. So that's the setting we want. If that would be the turbo on a SL. So 40% setting would be the turbo mode. For this ride though, these were the settings. And the reason I put 50 at turbo and not 35 or 40 is because of this, the weight difference. And this is what I try to do. I added 8.75 Newton meters, which turned out to be about 50%. But you could always put it to 40% and see what you get. Obviously, it's more than enough to be at that 35%, but it's really up to you. This is just possible tuning that the Levo SL will have. So, I mean, this is probably what I'll be running when I receive it. That's all, guys. That's all the math that I kind of did. And to get this number, I basically did a percent difference calculator online. This is the only part of the math that I'm really not sure of. As far as here, it's pretty straightforward. But how to apply the percent difference in weight into Newton meters and how it translates into here, that's something that's beyond my mathematical knowledge. So if anyone here knows, let me know. All right, guys, so here's the ride with the tuned motor of basically the full power being tuned into the super light model. So the three modes I set up are 22 Newton meters, 35 Newton meters, and 43 Newton meters. Okay. And we can go in here and kind of look at more details if you want. My average speed was actually 9 miles an hour, which is pretty good. Here's the speed, heart rate, which of course my phone or my watch did an excellent job recording. And this is the full power version where I'm actually going slower somehow. And here's some details. I don't have heart rate data on it because I only record it with my phone. And then one more thing. I also have the ride recorded on the Mission Control app here. And then let me just show you the tuning settings that I had. I just got to power up my bike real quick. And we can go to Scotty, and we're going to go to tune. And this is basically what I rode with. It was 25%, 35, and 50. But the 50 was never really used. It was more to, test out the weight difference. So some of you might be asking, why did I not choose the Orbea Rise? And the simple answer is because of the motor. And I'm going to kind of break it down a little bit. Basically, that motor is built for 80 Newton meters, and it's about twice as heavy as the SL motor. And in my opinion, you're just carrying dead weight. There's no way to decrease the amount of weight there at all. And you're not using that power. So that engine was kind of made as like a blanket engine for that platform, and it was tuned differently, but you're still carrying that dead weight without it ever being used. And if you do, unrestricted or whatever, then you're void the warranty. So what's the point? What's the point? With the SL build, you can go super duper light. You can get to below 35 pounds if you change the wheels and you go tubeless, and you take out the battery and put in the range extender. You're already at around 35 pounds, somewhere probably closer to 30 actually. And that's pretty much like a regular mountain bike, just super powered. So you can't really do that on the Orbea. You can do that on the Levo. And that's about it. That's really my reasoning for buying the SL. I'm just gonna conclude as well and just say, who I think the SL is for, who I think the full-size Levo is for. So basically, the Levo SL is lighter, and I ended up buying it because of me wanting more control in technical sections. The weight of the full size is a lot to handle, and it's hard to do technical parts, technical sections where you need to do track stands, where you need to bunny hop more. It's harder to do that with more weight. And also, I didn't ever use the full power of the motor. My max would be at 70% of the 90 Newton meters, so I would never really use the full amount. That's why I've decided to get rid of it. The full-size Levo is great if you're, out of shape and want to get into mountain biking. It basically gives you the option to shuttle yourself up a mountain without pretty much any effort, really. With the turbo mode engaged, it's really so much power that it could push anybody up that hill without any problems. Where you do start to fall into problems is, again, technical sections. And a very heavy planted feel, sometimes it works against you when you want to, stop and whip the bike a little bit, maybe on a switchback or something. So that's kind of the reason why I'm getting rid of my full-size Levo and going to the SL. I'm actually trading it in to the pros closet and I'm buying from the Pros Closet the Levo SL. If you guys have any, any ideas or how to make it lighter, anything you want to add, please add it to the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.